Tell me who between the two of you is more likely to overshare today?
Since Shania hasn't slept well, I think her.
How do you see Bollywood today versus Bollywood, say, 10 years ago?
It takes incredible bravery, a lot of conviction, belief in the actor, and belief in the script. To make a casting, this is not regular casting.
You, on the other hand, come from Jamshedpur. So I just want to understand how your growing up years were.
There was no conversations around wealth or money or any form of capitalism when I was in Jamshedpur. When I moved to Mumbai, a lot of the conversations were about brands, about what joote kaun se pehne or t-shirt kahan ka hai aur.
I'm still very close to my sister Sonam, but growing up I was very much in awe of her. She's my elder sister.
Yeah.
And when she was starting out, I was, seeing her journey. She was shooting for Savarya with Sanjay sir, and that was the first time I was on set, and I was just told to not move, not breathe, not make a sound.
not
like
on
a
this
shot
set.
is happening, and I just was like, this thrill of filmmaking was embedded in me at the age of 7, and I can't sit here and say that I haven't had it easier. I have, but yeah, I also can't sit here and say that I haven't had my fair share of difficulties.
A lot of people think White Tiger is my debut, and then I'm like, no, actually I've been acting for 9 or 10 years before White Tiger.
Right.
I believed in myself after that. Before that, I didn't believe in myself as an actor. I had a lot of self-doubt, and I thought I was bad.
What is your take of love and on love?
Love it's all about friendship.
I mean, for me, love is just comfort, honestly.
Hi guys, welcome to Spill the Tea, and it's so amazing to be sitting with the two of you today.
Thank you.
Thanks for having
us.
Have you all been having a long day already?
Not really.
Yeah, we started like 3 or 4 hours ago,
Yeah.
so it's not been too long.
It's not been too
Not
long.
being too long. Tell me who between the two of you is more likely to overshare today?
Oh,
Overshare. Who's
Overshare
the
today?
talker?
Since Shania hasn't slept well, I think her.
yeah. Usually, we get a little offbeat when we've not slept that day.
Yeah.
The next day, then someone is.
Then someone is saying some foot in the mouth.
Yeah, because we've not slept.
Awesome. It's so funny. People always think, right, कि celebrities look a certain way, और हाँ उनका तो team है, and of course तैयार कर दिया, makeup है, ये है, वो है. But nobody talks about the fact that you all have really grueling schedules. At some point, people who go to office come back. I mean, of course, we also have mad schedules, but there's still a little more routine that allows some amount of sanity. As in your careers, that is not there, because when you're not shooting, you're doing something else. You're not doing that, you're doing something else. How do you balance that time and stay sane and stay fit and stay normal?
Well, I like to operate with a routine actually. So when I'm not working, I have like a routine of, I wake up, I go work out, do some riyaz, bless you. I'll do some riyaz. Whatever new skill I'm trying to pick at that point in time. It could be a new language, it could be an instrument, it could be trying to learn a software, whatever it is. Spend some time with that. Read a lot, so spend some time reading, maybe watch a film. So there's lots of things that, fall under my routine when I'm not working. And when you're working anyway, as you said, like things are so hectic that you don't even know when you're sleeping, when you're getting up.
It's mad, right?
Yeah.
Same for you? What do
I think similar to what Adarsh said, I think it's very important, especially in the field that we've chosen to be in, to have a bit of a routine and have a little bit of a disconnect as well. I think it's very important, especially for me. I can say, personally speaking, I can get very caught into the world of our industry, and it can be very overwhelming in your head.
Right.
So I feel like it's very important sometimes to sit back and be like, okay, listen, Shania, you gotta chill and do something other than this. And sometimes you have to tell yourself that, and I think that's also okay to do, but it's just important. And I think I'm also figuring it out with time. And I actually learned this about myself very recently when we had gone for Atul sir's workshop, Atul Mungia. He had told me that, Shania, you have this tendency of thinking this is your personality is only this. He said it's not that, and it's you have, there is another side to you, and explore that side of yourself, because that's very important, and it's actually very important for your craft also. If you don't, live your life and have your fun experiences other than just work,
Right.
what are you going to put into your characters? So I think for me, my disconnect would just hanging with friends, traveling for me and just getting out of the country also, it's important.
Right. What was the last place you traveled to, since you brought up travel?
The last place I went to was actually on my bucket list, which was Masai Mara. And it was honestly a life-changing experience for me, because
How
I think,
so?
I mean, it's the ultimate disconnect, and it's like you touch base to yourself, to Mother Nature, to the world, to everything. I can't even put it into words, but it's like it's literally like a once in a lifetime experience to just see animals in their natural habitat, just being together, and they're how they're so similar to us. And I don't want to get into it because I'll just keep going on and
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was honestly really beautiful for me. Yeah.
That's really great. What about you? Where did you travel to last?
I went to Goa last.
And how was that? What did you do?
Peaceful. I learned how to surf finally, which was something I wanted to do for a long time. And every time I would go to South Goa, which is where I usually go, I tell myself that I'll surf, but then I end up doing everything else but surfing.
But that, yeah.
But this time I made sure I took time out for it. So
Was
it
it
was really nice.
is it difficult
Surfing?
surfing? Yeah.
I know how to board, like
Okay.
skateboard, so it wasn't very difficult.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was nice. And my friend Sam lives there, and she has 8 dogs, so it was
Wow.
great because like usually we just like go on the beach. I'd wake up in the morning, go for a run, eat some nice meal, and then go to Sam's house and then just chill with the dogs for the whole day. Just be surrounded by dogs, like dog land.
Amazing way to be. That
Yeah.
dogs are the best people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Tell me, both of you have very, very different backgrounds that you come from, right? You're a Bombay girl. I'm a typical Bombay girl, and people in Bombay see life very differently. In the sense that I feel like we are less starstruck, or because we're just so busy with life. Because I see people, my friends around from Delhi and other places, just view Bombay very differently. You, on the other hand, come from Jamshedpur. So I just want to understand how your growing up years were versus yours. I just want to understand how both the childhoods have been. Anyone can go first.
Growing up in Bombay, I actually moved to Mumbai when I was not even 13. I was
Oh,
few
that's
months
very, very then young, formative
yeah. I've been
years.
here for
Yeah.
19 years now. So, but I grew up with a lot of confusion about my identity, about who I was. Also, my parents put me through a school which was kind of beyond their means financially, but because they wanted me to have a really good schooling, they always sent me to the best school in Jamshedpur and one of the best schools in Mumbai. I think it was a big cultural disconnect, a big language disconnect, because the way I wasn't used to speaking in English at all. And here, Podar and Podar, a lot of people spoke in English.
Yeah.
I went to a boys' school, Podar was co-ed. There was no conversations around wealth or money or any form of capitalism when I was in Jamshedpur. It was all about sports. And when I moved to Mumbai, a lot of the conversations were about brands, about what joote kaun se pehne or t-shirt kahan ka hai aur, and it was a very confusing time for me, those 3 years.
Yeah.
But I think I gradually adapted to it, and I think what really kept me centered was music, because that didn't change. I grew up singing Hindustani classical, and when I moved to Mumbai, I went to Ajivasan, where Suresh Vadkar has his academy.
Yeah.
And Padma Vadkar, Suresh ji's wife, was my teacher. And
Wow.
actually, through Padma ji, I started doing stage shows in Mumbai, and while doing one of those stage shows is where I got scouted and was asked if I want to be an actor. So, yeah.
How did your parents react to that? Like, because you said you came from Jamshedpur, they
Yeah.
sent you to a school which was beyond their means then. So obviously the mindset was a different one, right? Of course, everybody wants the best life for their children, but I'm sure कोई ऐसे ख्वाबों ख्यालों में ये उठ के नहीं सोचा था ये बॉलीवुड में जाएगा बेटा, ये सोचा था उन्होंने कि it was कि पागल ड्रीम है, क्या था वो?
Actually, my mom has always been a little bit of a dreamer herself. I would say my mom is more of an artist than my dad. My dad is he loves music, but I think my mom is just her way of living life, and all her interests have very artistic inclination. Like, she's a painter, she knows a lot about music, but she's also written a book. She's written multiple books, in fact, written poetry. So there's a lot going on there. I feel like when I told, my mom was more relaxed and chill about it. In fact, my mom used to take me for auditions when I was younger.
Oh.
So I remember we used to live in Dahisar for बीच में 1-1.5 साल के लिए ना. Dahisar is ahead of Borivali.
पता है.
अच्छा okay. So हम दहीसर से ट्रेन पकड़ा करते थे अंधेरी के लिए, और अंधेरी से फिर बस पकड़ के जाते थे ओशीवारा, और फिर या जानकी देवी पब्लिक स्कूल, और जहाँ ऑडिशंस होते थे. So my mom used to come with me on the weekend for auditions. So yeah, my parents were, honestly, I'm extremely lucky that I've had such parents who've given me so much freedom to build my own individuality.
Right.
Yeah.
That's really lucky. What about you, Shania? Growing up, how was it? Because it's already a film family, right?
Yeah.
So two ways ही हो सकते हैं. या तो it would have always been like मुझे यही करना है, or it's like I don't want to do this because there's so much pressure. Which way were you veering towards? And I think you took your time. You studied and you thoughtfully got into acting. It's not like मैं अब यहाँ हूँ, let me get into acting. I think you were very thoughtful about it. So how did they keep you grounded? What were the conversations while growing up that got you here today?
Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, I am from a film family, so growing up, you know, the stories I was hearing was always about the movies. Growing up. I mean, I am still very close to my sister Sonam, but growing up, I was very much in awe of her. She's my elder sister, and when she was starting out, I was, you know, seeing her journey pick up, and I was seeing her on sets, and she was shooting for Savarya with Sanjay sir, and that was the first time I was on set, and I was just told to like not move, not breathe, not make a sound,
not
like
on
a
this
shot
set.
is happening, and I just was like, you know, this thrill of filmmaking was embedded in me at the age of 7, and when I saw that moment, which I saw live come onto the big screen finally on the day when I went for the premiere, it was, you know, larger than life for me. And of course, I think that you know, parents know their kids, you know, inside and out. It was not like a moment where I went to my parents and I said, this is what I want to do. It was very much like they saw this kid kind of flourishing into this person. In school, I was a tomboy. I was like a very naughty kid in school. I used to like do a lot of jhol to get out of a lot of situations with my teachers. I was one of those, and I was very loud in class. I used to always make the, you know, class make some noise and make everyone laugh. And I used to be the one who used to be like, leave the classroom. I was one of those. So growing up, I was very like loud and out there, and you know, plays was like something I just loved being on stage. And not even like I didn't ever want to be the main character on stage. I always wanted to do the unusual thing on stage, and I always wanted to, even if it was just being the backstage manager, I used to love it. I used to just love the excitement and the thrill and the rush of it. And I think my parents saw that, and I never had a moment with my father, for example, where it was like a sit down and he just gave me a whole, you know, a moment of advice. You know, I've grown up seeing his journey firsthand. He's gone through his fair share of ups and downs, and I think that in itself taught me a lot. He's always had a smile on his face no matter what, and this industry can be you know, difficult, and it changes Friday to Friday. Like, you know, everyone says it's very unpredictable. You can have a film one day and the next day you just don't, and you have lots of work, and then suddenly for even years you just don't. But you still have to keep that consistency, that discipline, that smile on your face, that courage, that self-belief that you're still worth you know, doing certain projects, and keeping that stand and keeping that ground and not letting the noise get to you. Those were things I saw very much firsthand. I've seen the highs, I've seen the lows. So that you know, just growing up around that taught me what I had to learn. And you know, I think when I finally then decided to, you know, join into the industry, I was probably like in the 10th or 11th grade, and it was a big passion of mine to be behind the camera. Like I said, I liked also being behind the stage work as well. Even if it was plays, I loved being backstage. So even with filmmaking, I thought it was very important for me to be behind the camera. So, you know, once I got that opportunity to do that, it was, you know, a year and a half, almost 2 years of doing that was incredible. And yeah, I mean, here I am today, but it even through that period from assisting to being here today, it was 5 years.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I decided and it happened.
And nobody speaks about that, right? Because people somewhere, do you feel a little more judged? I mean, neither of you have had it easy. That's not what I'm saying. But yours is a different lens that people look at you maybe from कि ये तो मेहनत करके आया होगा, ये ऐसे. And somewhere you might feel like people, it's very quick. This world is very quick to judge, right? Oh, it's a lot easier for her. So do you feel double the pressure sometimes, or do you feel judged by people sometimes that they think that, oh, she has it easy, and you're like, no, dude, I don't. I perhaps work doubly hard.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's okay, and I can't sit here and say that I haven't had it easier. I have. My work has, the access that I've had to my work is because of the family that I come from. So that in itself is. It is easy.
Right.
I can't sit that and say that it hasn't been. But yeah, I also can't sit here and say that I haven't had my fair share of, difficulties, which everyone has in life. There's no human who's
Correct.
living here and being like, I have it all and it's all been a cakewalk. I don't think that exists, and I don't think that's how life works.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's okay also if for the audiences to have their preconceived notions. It's totally okay, and I've said this also in the past as well. I mean, I literally sit down and look at the comments and I go through it with a very open heart, because for me, I think that's just the least of what I can do as an actor, right? I mean, that's the job that I've chosen to do, is to yes, perform in front of the camera, but I'm doing it for the audience's acceptance. So to see their feedback, I take it very as constructive feedback. I don't take it too strongly to my heart, and I'm here for their acceptance. So till that happens, I have to just keep working hard, and I think everyone is doing that.
That's a great way
Yeah.
to look at it. On the flip side, Adarsh, do you, because she spoke of access, I want to ask you, do you think access for you was more difficult, is more difficult, or you think once everyone's on the field, it's a level playing field? Or do you still feel कि field पे आके भी खेल थोड़ा सा अलग होता है being?
मैं आपको honestly बोलूँ, मैं इसके बारे में सोचता नहीं हूँ ज़्यादा.
सही बात है.
Definitely for me, I didn't have any access when
Right.
when I started
Yeah.
acting. I'll tell you a funny story. When I started acting, the first time I was asked to get a portfolio clicked. I'm talking about 2008. I was 14 years old. My father took me to Parla police station to the passport size photo studio, और वहाँ पे हमने 2 photos खींच के भेज दिए
That is
agent
so
को.
cute.
क्योंकि हमें पता ही तो, and then she sent the photos back, the agent, and she's like, what use are these photos? I was talking about a proper portfolio, and me and my dad are looking at each other because we both don't know what this means. And then we find out, and फिर Studio 90 जाके photos खिंचाए, फिर वो photos लेके घूमते थे हम लोग अलग अलग जगह पे. 2-3 बार हमारा काटा भी गया. I remember going to this place, this office opposite Juhu Chowpatty, where they asked us for 10,000 rupees कि 10,000 आपको भरने, उसके बाद आपको हम ऑडिशन के लिए लेकर जाएंगे. और हम दोनों एकदम ही भोले, तो 10,000 दे दिए. उन्होंने फेक ऑडिशन पूरा ऑर्केस्ट्रेट किया हमारे लिए.
I appreciate the effort in the scam.
I appreciate the effort too. They booked a room opposite Infinity Mall Andheri in one of those commercial plazas, had a camera, hired a cameraman, wrote a script,
That is
made
so
me
nice.
believe that this was completely real. And then a week or two later, we realized this was a scam. That's been pulled.
Wow. Just the effort in the scam is more effort than men are putting in relationships. I'm very happy with that.
Good one.
ये भी चलेगा.
Yeah. So there were lots of these incidents. अभी तो मेरे को याद भी नहीं आ रहे, but lots of these things that happen. A lot of times also, you would hear criticism about your physicality maybe, or something else, or all of these. And like, I would often think that what can I do about certain things that I can't change about myself? And then I'd be like, let's not focus on these things. These
Yeah.
things don't matter. What matters is my skill. So I would always just come back to that. I would pull myself to what I had complete control over.
Right.
And I feel like my life changed when I went to drama school, because I completely immersed myself in just learning, reading, performing every single day for 12 hours, 14 hours, every single day, 1.5 years, and just being there and then coming out in the next 2-3 years, life started changing gradually. I feel like for me nothing has ever happened at once. ऐसा नहीं कि एक बार में shit now
कुछ
it's
पड़ा।
chill. It's been a very slow boiling process. A lot of people think White Tiger is my debut, and then I'm like, no, actually I've been acting for 9 or 10 years before White Tiger. White Tiger was when people eventually discovered who I was. But I'm very grateful that that film happened. It changed my life. I believed in myself after that. Before that, I didn't believe in myself as an actor. I had a lot of self-doubt, and I thought I was bad. But I feel like I needed that validation from a lot of people to be told that, you
Were
have
there
something.
people to give you that validation? Who are your people who give you that validation?
I mean,
और जिसकी validation matter करती है, let's put it that way.
I don't know. ऐसा कोई एक specific individual नहीं है. But like when everybody came and started telling me that, that it's such a good film, and then I got nominated for the
course.
BAFTAs
That's
with Anthony
the
Hopkins and everybody else. I was like, what is happening?
Whoa.
That sounds like
What's
validation.
going
Yeah,
on?
like one day there was nobody asking about me, and then in 2 months I was on the BAFTA
Yeah,
table with
yeah.
Anthony Hopkins and Mads Mikkelsen, my
Wow.
childhood heroes.
Yeah.
So I was just like, life is
Wow.
insanely unpredictable.
That's amazing.
So yeah, I mean, the fact that today I could do a commercial film like Tu Ya Main, with Shania, with Bijoy, with Color Yellow, all these people involved, it's because of this entire journey that I had to take.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. What is your dad is a complete pookie dad. Okay, he's this desi dad because we've seen him in reality shows and all. He's like the quintessential father. I mean, anybody will be able to relate. So I'm sure he keeps you grounded. What has been his one life advice to you that you're going into this? ये करना शनाया या ये सोचना या what is that grounding advice he gave you?
I think, like I said, it was, he's also said it in a lot of interviews. We never had that sit down where he was giving me all that advice before I entered. He's like, you've seen me firsthand. You've seen my journey firsthand, and that was more than enough. I really saw his highs. I saw his lows, and like I said, I saw the respect that he kept for himself. I saw the smile that he kept for himself, and I think what I learned a lot was, you just have to keep that discipline, and you have to keep that routine, and you can't let a lot of the noise also get to you.
Yeah.
It's all about keeping your head down and constantly working. And he always told me, even at the times that when I was not working in films, but I was working on my craft and I was going for workshops, he said, just go take a scene and perform it in front of people. Do once a week, you can choose a scene. There was like a workshop like that where you could go and perform in front of a group of kids.
Atul Mangas.
With Rachit, actually, with Rachit Singh.
Yeah,
He used to also do that. And he said, then, perform in front of the audience if you're not getting the chance in front of the camera. But keep the work always going, because that's what you love to do, and that's going to keep you, grounded.
Right.
Don't get caught up into, all of this, because it's very easy to get caught up into it. Just remind yourself why you've chosen to do it in the first place is for just this feeling of doing a scene and getting lost in it, and, the audience is reacting to it. It was...
Right.
It's something that he told me to do. Yeah.
That's nice. Do you think Bollywood, this question is to the both of you, पिछले 5 साल में बॉलीवुड बहुत बदला है in terms of बहुत criticism भी मिला है कि ये क्या फिल्में बन रही हैं, पहले ऐसी बनती थी, पहले ऐसे actors थे. What is your take on that? Is there for you a Bollywood then, a Bollywood now? What do you think has been the biggest change or the biggest, and I think it's evolution, I don't even think it's change, but what do you think has been the biggest change, and how do you see Bollywood today versus Bollywood, say, 10 years ago?
I feel people are taking lesser risks now. People want to play safe. I feel like a few years ago, we weren't necessarily following trends, we were creating them. Now, it's slightly changed. Having said that, I feel so grateful that, of course, this is an official remake of an existing Thai film, but I feel so grateful to Bijoy and Anand sir and everybody involved in this film that, for an actor like me who's always been part of I wouldn't call indie films, but not necessarily large-scale commercial films.
Yeah.
It was harder for me to be considered for a commercial film. Let alone be cast opposite a woman who's taller than me. So I feel like it's just, it takes incredible bravery, a lot of conviction, belief in the actor, and belief in the script to make a casting that this is not regular casting.
It is.
Like everybody who looks at us, I'm sure internally thinks that, this is kind of off, because it's not normal for heroes or actors to be, and to be shorter than the leading women. And I just feel so grateful that they had the conviction in themselves and me and her that we could both come together and make this into something very real and
Yeah.
tangible. And it was never even a conversation on set, and this wouldn't have been possible 4 years ago with me.
Very true. I was just going to say that people wouldn't take this risk
On
in
me.
these on this pairing, like
On
you
this
said,
pairing.
Yeah.
on you said, like, the stereotypical girl has to be shorter and all of that.
And I feel like
We're-
this is going to change and affect so many men in this country positively, who unfortunately or fortunately, however you look at it, are not 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
Or are not a certain height that maybe a lot of women expect them to be.
Right.
But, I just feel like I hope that this brings a positive change.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. I think this is a lot to do with, I think Gen Zs don't get enough credit, right? Because we are very quick to judge Gen Zs, ऐसे करते हैं, ये बोलते हैं, entitled हैं. But I think what Gen Zs also do they are very accepting. And whether it's age, whether it's size, whether it's height, color, race, background. So I think Gen Zs also bring that to the table, which I think has been the biggest change in Bollywood also, that acceptance has been throughout. But since we're talking about this, tell me a little bit about the film and just tell me actually why we should watch it. And I'll tell you why I'm asking you this, because
Okay.
एक बार पिक्चर देखने जाओ 2000 रुपए ऑन एन एवरेज खर्च होता है. ये कल मैंने कैलकुलेट किया है. सो आई जस्ट वांट यू टू टेल द ऑडियंस एक सेंटेंस में कि ये मूवी क्यों देखनी चाहिए. व्हाट इज दैट वन थिंग दैट आई शुड वॉच दिस इन द थिएटर फॉर?
The one thing for me as an audience, when I was reading the script for the first time, when I went for the narration, for me it was definitely that we don't have a film like Jaws. We don't have that film like a survival thriller, or but so I feel for them it's an experience. It's a survival thriller experience. I've said this also earlier. I'm sorry, this is not one sentence, but we've seen the horror comedy, we've seen the rom-coms, but we've not really seen a survival thriller with romance involved.
Yeah.
So I think it's a really new concept, and I think, like Adarsh was also saying earlier, like it's just amazing how Anand sir and Bijoy have taken this risk, because we've not seen this. It's not a trend that has been
Correct.
followed. That we've seen this work in the past with the audience, so let's try our own take on it. It's something that we've not seen, at least for a while, if I'm not mistaken, for our generation.
Yeah, so that in itself should be.
So,
Do you feel the same
yeah.
way? Adarsh, what's your one line?
It's hard.
Best.
Yeah, one line
One
is
liner
so
is hard.
tough.
Basic.
Just survival thriller. Crocodile.
Yeah. It's just so many things here. It's Bijoy Nambiar who's been consistently giving one edgy film after the other in the last
Correct.
15 or 20 years. It's Anand sir who's known to back and produce such amazing cinema over the last 15-20 years himself.
Yeah.
It's both of us coming together, two very unconventional people who wouldn't normally be cast or be paired opposite each other. It's playing these characters that come from very different parts of Mumbai
Yes.
that honestly haven't really been explored. I don't remember the last time I saw a character representing Nala Sopara.
Nala Sopara. Yeah, I haven't. Yeah.
So I feel like it's very important that not just people in India, but people in Mumbai themselves know about what Mumbai is. I feel like through this film, you'll be like, oh, ऐसा है क्या? नाला
ये भी
सुपारा
है.
में ये भी तो है.
ये भी है.
ये भी तो
Yeah.
मुंबई है एक तरीके का.
We've really explored also Mumbai
Yeah.
in this film. Like, we've shown two different sides, almost all sides of
Yeah,
Mumbai.
we
So
filmed
super
in
cool.
Govandi, and it's crazy, but I had never been to Govandi before. I had never been to Nala Supara. I had never been to Kurla. तो मेरे को ऐसी जगह पे मैं जाने को मिला. We filmed in the local train for 2 or 3 days. I remember completely guerrilla, like no security, no
Oh, wow.
protection.
You were just catching a
You
train.
too, both of you?
Just
Yeah.
catching
You
a
all
train
didn't
and
get
shooting.
mobbed, bothered?
No, it was
No.
early in the morning. It was 7-8 in the morning. There were 2-3 people from the direction team, Bijoy
okay.
himself and the cameraman and us. That's it.
Yeah.
There was no additional tam
That is such a nice story.
It
But
was so
tell
fun.
me, because you said I love love, okay? I love romance. एक तो मिल नहीं रहा है जिंदगी में शायद इसलिए, but मुझे बहुत पसंद है. And I feel at the heart of it, every story is a love story. वो survival हो कुछ भी एक love
is.
का angle होता ही है उसमें. What are your individual takes on love, and what does love mean, especially in today's generation where everybody struggles so much? I keep learning these terms thanks to Gen Z. It's stonewalling, rage baiting, what benching, bench,
Rage what?
rage
Rage
baiting,
Rage-
वो benching.
You don't know what rage baiting is?
No, benching is also what?
Yeah,
I don't know.
know
I'm not
these
that kind
things.
of lingo kind of gal.
Okay.
Yeah, they try to
No.
teach me every day. But basically, in this generation, what is your take of love and on love?
For me, love is just comfort, honestly.
You've
If
been
I have to
dating
just-
7 years. How many years?
Almost 7 years.
Wow,
Yeah.
cute.
It's like it's very comforting. It's when I can breathe the deepest and be completely myself with full abandon. Nothing to hide.
That is so rare to find. So
Yeah,
rare.
it is.
What about you, Shania?
My take on love, I mean, I've always honestly said this, for me, like love it's all about friendship. And I think that finding, that best friend in my partner is very important for me. And, having that disconnect from the world, like I can be with that person and I don't think about anything else. Like I completely switch off.
Yeah.
All the worries, all the noise, anything that's happening, I'm not interested. I'm just with that one person, and that comfortable silence. I think that's very important.
It's
for
the
me.
best.
Yeah, it's the best.
A final question I want to ask again, both of you, is because whenever somebody is in this industry, right, typically लोग सोचते हैं ये रोज पार्टी कर रहे हैं, ये चल रहे हैं, उड़ रहा है सब, but you know that to live a life like this, you actually have to be doubly grounded, whether it's religion, whether it's meditation, whether it's spirituality. You will go insane if you don't have one of those things that you're doing. So do you have your own thing, like I'm a Shiv Bhakt, for instance, so something like this that you relate to or do in your daily life to just center yourself?
Daily life.
Jo bhi, matlab,
There is no
a
ritual.
philosophy, not even a philosophy that keeps you grounded, a place, a god, a meditation ritual, anything.
I'm very happy when I get 1 or 2 days out of a week in complete nature, where I see more trees and less people. If I get a Saturday or Sunday every week like that, no, then I'm good to go for the next 5 days. It's fuel for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you?
I think for me, which is very like crucial, and I almost do it like he said, like every week, is I love spending time with myself. And I think in the business that we are in, it's so important to do that, because you're constantly around so many people, right?
Yeah.
Or whether it's on set, whether when you're getting ready, whether you're going even out, it's always at least 5-6 people around you. So just to have that alone time, whether it's even like journaling, even talking, to yourself also, if you feel, but sitting with your thoughts, being with it, because I think that in the rush of even especially Mumbai, there's so much hustle for everyone, right? There's so much going on. Sometimes just to sit, breathe, and just be alone and do nothing is very important for me. And I think for me, that's my sense of like meditation, just chilling and just being by myself.
Amazing. Thank you so much, you two. It was a very
you.
refreshing conversation. Unlike what most people would think that, ye do young log, kya baat karenge? I love that both of you are so grounded. You have such a good head on your shoulders, and wish you so much luck and love for your new movie.
Thank you so
And
much.
Thanks.
we will be watching it in the theaters.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.